When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you find it's just a waste of time? You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.
And welcome, it's Ron and Jen's Great Escape. It's our attempt, and let's underline attempt, to turn the news frowns upside down, and that's going to take a Herculean effort, I think, on this particular podcast, and maybe a lot of them moving forward. But hey, listen, we'll do our best. How's that?
Did we get ourselves into a pickle with that whole moniker? Turn that news frown upside down. We didn't know that nuclear annihilation could be in the midst. So, I mean, you know, and I say that with obviously, you know, tongue in cheek, but I mean, some of the headlines today, I don't know how you want to get into this or how much we get into it, Ron, but I'll start by asking you a question, because I've been very contemplative over the last few days, and I've really been grieving over what we're seeing in this news cycle right now. And so I guess, are you scared at all?
Of course.
I'm surprised that you would say. I'm surprised, and I appreciate your honesty.
I'm past.
I'm terrified.
I'm past.
In a way.
I'm past concerned, and I would say I'm frightened. Scared? Sure, why not? I mean, to me, it's the same thing.
What's frightening you?
Being scared.
I mean, there's so many different things, but
I think mostly is that Putin seems irrational.
Yes. That's right.
I think that's the most frightening aspect of all of this. And I wonder if he is into a corner and realizes, you know, that he's losing his grip on Russia because the economy is in the tank. The ruble is like the equivalent of a penny.
Yeah.
The natives are going to be awfully restless.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he sees that he's going to lose power, who knows what he could possibly do if he's irrational. And that's my biggest concern. So, you know, but the West continues to turn the screws on Russia's economy, and we'll see if that has some kind of an effect. I certainly hope it does.
Well, all I'll say about everything that's going on right now is that regardless of what you believe, does the West look strong? Is Biden weak? Is Putin crazy? Is it true that, you know, some are speculating out there that it's kind of like the smash and grabs that we've seen, and because of the defund the police, that the criminals were paying attention as much as people in the communities and politicians who say defund the police, because they're the ones that'll benefit. So, you know, I mean, people are saying that Iran is looking to annihilate Israel, and China is looking at Taiwan, and Russia, once they take the Ukraine, people believe they will, it will be looking at Poland and the Balkans. And, you know, I don't know what it is that you're thinking or where you guys are coming from or what you believe, but all I know is that Putin is acting absolutely irrational, like a petulant little child. When he's not getting his way, he's not winning, it's more difficult. But he's got his thumb, his finger, whichever one, on 6,000 nukes, Ron.
Yes.
And so the thing is, when Washington insiders, and I happened to watch one, I could only stomach one this morning, Ron, and she said, if you don't think he's going to do it, you're wrong, because he's nuts, because he's unstable. And this is a woman who'd been studying Russia and Putin for decades in both the Democrat and Republican administrations. And she said, it's that element of all of this that people really need to. So, but then how do you go about your regular life? You know, so we do this podcast, and you guys say, I got to walk the dog so they don't poop in the house. And, you know, this is in the back of your mind, or isn't it for so many people? That's the other question. Do you think that people are, because it's the Ukraine and it's international politics and international news, are really paying attention? Or maybe tonight, while we're taping, the State of the Union is going to be on tonight, maybe this will be their first glance at, other than themselves and their selfies.
Well, the State of the Union already happened because this drops on a Wednesday.
Yeah, well, actually, that's right.
You know, so we used to do programs the program. When we were doing, morning shows together, you and I would always go for the low-hanging fruit on the day of the state of the state is blank, or the state of the union is blank, and then of course people would call and fill in the blank, and it usually
I'd be going crazy.
Yeah, it was a big massive
I
dump.
was screaming.
It was a big massive dump, but
it was.
it'll be interesting to see what he has to say or had to say.
Do you think people are paying attention?
Blank.
Or do you think they'll pay attention to him tonight and then pay attention?
I don't think the average person in the United States even pays attention to the State of the Union or cares about it.
Really?
Yes, the average person.
Who's the average? Wait, what's the demo? Like 18 to 35?
I think it's.
Or do you just think?
I think it's 18 plus. I think there are people who pay attention to what's going on in the world, what's going on in their backyard, and there are people who just listen to oldies. So
okay,
that's the only way I can answer it.
Well,
yes and no. How's that? Yes and no.
Well, okay, just so in case that there's something, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. So FEMA updated their. Did you see this? FEMA had updated their website in case of a nuclear bomb and going off. But they also said make sure you wear your masks and stay 6 feet apart.
Social distancing during a nuclear
that's still
holocaust.
important during and make sure you stay inside so the fallout doesn't get you. But make sure you wear your mask when you're inside, not of trying to avoid the fallout.
Totally crazy.
And Biden was asked. Our president was asked, by the way, should we fear? And he
said no.
He emphatically said no.
Now, where's that coming from? Has he got crystal balls? I don't know.
Crystal balls?
Yeah, get it?
Oh,
He's looking into a crystal ball. He's got crystal balls.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I don't. Maybe did he make me feel better by saying no? So,
no.
What was the name? I mean, apparently. What's his face? Putin never saw war games because Joshua figured it out. Nobody wins.
Yeah, well,
nobody wins.
His
mutual assured destruction. Nobody wins.
His mouthpiece yesterday said that.
Oh, who's did? Which one?
The red-headed.
Oh,
Pataki.
Pasaki.
Pasaki. Sweatsaki.
Well, they call her Peppermint Patty, which I think is rude, by the way.
Of course it is.
She's way prettier than Peppermint Patty, and she doesn't wear Birkenstocks.
And Peppermint Patty's not real.
Well, it's not nice.
So she said.
Did she say that?
She
you never saw war? Oh, I didn't know that.
Nobody wins. She said nobody wins.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that. Nobody wins. CNN, did you see what happened with them? With their coverage?
Now what?
This was the first.
Oh, I did. I think, did we talk about this? I didn't see this.
You and I talked about it, but we didn't talk about it on the podcast. But it was the very first day when Russia invaded the Ukraine and when bombs were starting to drop. And, at a time when you should just stay with constant coverage, you don't throw it back to the desk and say, we'll have more after this. Apparently, and somebody slipped, somebody screwed up, when they were switching the show, or the director, or the, whatever you want to call them. But CNN apparently, they got slammed because they played an Applebee's ad right in the middle of the active Ukraine coverage. It wasn't a reporter who threw it back to the desk.
Did they still have a live feed going and there was split screen?
I don't.
Thing?
That I don't know.
I mean, because that's insane. If that's what happened.
Well, somebody screwed up big time.
I would say yes.
And even Applebee's said, we're sorry. We're so embarrassed. So anyway, CNN. That's what they pulled off. Nice, huh?
Well.
And the movie that you said you're not going to go see, The Batman, which premieres.
That's so dark. Because
Friday.
I heard it's so dark.
It's so dark.
The darkest of them all.
I
don't want to see that.
He is the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So they have slapped a PG-13 on this thing.
Why is that?
Because it's so violent, and it's violent beyond any Batman you've ever seen.
Yeah, I didn't even see the Joker.
Got great reviews though.
Yeah,
this thing so far.
I'm waiting for Jurassic Park to come out in 3D. Yeah, it's I'm not sure. Oh, I saw my first Jurassic Park. I was in the service, and I went with my friend Chip Moyer, and that was the very first one. And didn't we see one? Oh, she was running in heels.
Yeah.
Oh, was that
Ron Howard's daughter?
Was that the one we saw?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Ron Howard's daughter.
She was running through the woods, and she had stilettos on, and we're just like, wait, what? You're getting chased by a T-Rex.
Right, and you don't shed the heels.
I hope that we're gonna be able to watch Jurassic Park in 3D. I hope that because America is sending a doomsday plane on a training mission. What is that?
Well, what is a doomsday? What's doomsday mean? It means it's the end of everything.
Yeah, but this is a series headline. I'm not. I'm not making this up.
I know.
Yeah, right. I'll even here. Wait. Boop. Did I click on the right one? Yeah. U.S. doomsday plane made 4-hour flight following Putin's nuclear weapons threat. It's a Boeing 747 modified to provide a flying command center in the event of a nuclear conflict. It conducted a mission with other early warning jets, but Washington has underlined it as it sees no reason to change its nuclear posture. So I'm just saying, all this stuff is going on around us, and the president's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
What else is he going to say?
I don't know. Gather your family, reflect on what type of human you are. Maybe go get some milk and bread and, go down into the basement.
The reason I brought up the Batman.
And watch Rocky IV.
The next World War, by the way. That's what that's called. The subtitle is Rocky IV, the Next World War.
I did not know this.
That's how they positioned it when it came out. When it first came out. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So, how's that for a coincidence?
Oops.
I brought up the Batman because Warner Brothers has pulled the Batman from Russian release. So even the Batman is being affected by what's going on in the world, in this crazy, whacked out world around us.
Well, at least we have Hazel. And you guys do have this podcast. And I think that, we're going to move on from.
We are going to move on.
Because, we have to be responsible and talk a little bit about it.
Absolutely.
Can't pretend that it does. It's like, you go into a party and you have to pee. This is a terrible analogy. But someone in front of you didn't flush and they went potty. You can't pretend it's not there.
Okay. Interesting analogy. A bit of a
Guys,
stretch.
but do you guys get it? Like, who hasn't done that when you were a kid my age? You go to a party, everybody's, doing their thing, and you're like, come on. Why? Just flush.
Never happened to me.
Really?
Yeah. Never happened to me. Some of the stuff, that we thought was so important, now is just dwarfed by what's going on in the world around us. And, the ultimate
trash pickup.
Yeah. And the nonsensical woke crap that was going on around us and still is going on around us.
Oh, it's still going on.
How about this? Providence Plantations is set in stone, at least for now. Remember, that was a huge thing.
I do.
We got to take Providence Plantations out of everything, because it's terrible and blah, blah. Guess what? It's still right there in the marble, right in the center of the State House. Because they just don't want to spend the money to take it out. It's important to take it out, but not that important.
But I didn't know. So I get, okay, well, sure.
It's there in the State House Rotunda.
All right, well, that's...
Providence
All
Plantations.
right, is little Buddy in prison yet?
No.
What? Yeah.
You're talking about Korea.
Yeah.
Don't call me Chick Korea.
What? Still COVID? He's never going to jail, because then there'll be a war.
Going to jail.
And then he'll get someone else's identity and depart from this nation.
He's going to jail. We all know he's going to jail.
Send him to Ukraine.
I was thinking the other day, what the hell was The Rock doing at the Super Bowl?
I know. I didn't quite understand. And I thought, to be honest with you, when I saw him, I thought, dude, you're so buff. That's the worst outfit ever.
He did his wrestling shtick, if you followed him as a wrestler, he would get over in certain towns. He'd go out and he'd grab the mic. He's very good on mic. And he would yell, finally,
I don't think
The Rock has returned to Providence.
I thought it was a promotion for something. It is a Super Bowl. Everybody pimps something.
It is, and I got to the bottom of it.
Oh, you did?
He goes out there and says, finally, The Rock has returned to Los Angeles, because that's where the Super Bowl is being played. It wasn't a coincidence that he kicked off this pep talk at the start of Super Bowl 56, because apparently he's the head of the revamped XFL.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and the XFL and the NFL have sort of an agreement where they're going to test a lot of things that the NFL is considering of adopting in their league.
Oh, I like that.
So they're going to try out new rules, new equipment, new regulations in the XFL. And if it goes over and they think it works, the NFL will adopt it. So that's what The Rock was doing. Finally!
Wow!
The Rock.
See now look, it's like us when we're doing our first show, because we've had a few setbacks, weather setbacks and whatnot, and it's so funny because in the Christian world, people would say that's the enemy. See, they don't want you to succeed. But we're going to do our first show on Friday, and I'm telling you, some people are going to listen just for the what do you call it? The crash factor. They want to see if I'm still doing the things I used to do, taking muscle relaxants and going on air and crazy. People will tune in to see if to see what's what. It's that drive by the accident.
Rubbernecking.
Yeah, rubbernecking. But I think that if you do, check us out on WADK, you're going to like it. It's fun.
1540 AM.
That's right.
WADK, 101.1 FM. But the key to the whole thing is you can stream it anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's wadk.com. Coming up Friday, we start between 2 and 4.
Why is that important,
in
though?
the afternoon. What?
It's not a trick question.
What? Why is live streaming
Yeah.
important? Because you can listen to it anywhere.
And then you guess what else you can do? You can call us. So if we say something or no, honestly, I mean, this is going to be and I've missed you guys. I have missed having conversations with people that are substantive, that matter, that affect our daily living, situations. And I think that connection is what we deeply, deeply need right now. I think more than ever.
2 to 4 p.m. on Friday, and wadk.com.
Me and my pal here.
wadk.com. You can listen to it on your app, on your phone. You can listen to it on your desktop.
He's like, stop touching me.
Yeah, listen. Anyway, before I throw it to you.
Yes.
You're a big fan of the Stepford Wives.
Yes.
Right? The original one, not the remake. The remake was.
Well, I own the remake too with Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as the original.
Was that the one with Nicole Kidman and Matthew? That's weird.
Is
that what we're talking about? The robots, or is this?
But this kind of made me feel about that. Made me think about the Stepford Wives because apparently Disney is creating planned communities. Yeah. A touch of Disney could be coming to a neighborhood near you. They plan to build master-planned story living communities. Story living. Yep, with the first set for Rancho Mirage, California. I guess because that location, Walt and Mrs. Walt had a home very, very close to that area. But it's going to be bizarre. Somebody told me the other day in a messaging situation on Facebook that Walt Disney dropped acid. Is that true? Well, there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of psychedelics people say involved in the whole Disney thing. And I say, what? No, that's Pink Floyd stuff. No, he's been compared to Lewis Carroll and Alice in Wonderland. Really? Yeah. And I think he might have been doing the mushrooms and stuff like that. Ooh. But I think it's fair to say that it's likely that Walt Disney experimented. How's that sound? Well, okay. Maybe that's what whole Fantasia was about then. And then, you know what? I always love Tomorrowland, or when you go on the thing. The People Mover. Yeah, and you're seeing, this is what tomorrow is going to look like. And they're in these stupid Jetson spacesuits, and the orange juice is, coming out of some refrigerator that's floating in the air. I mean, is it the same thing as it was way back then? Have they updated it? Tomorrowland's lame. I think Tomorrowland is the lamest of all the parks at Disney, and I've been there a zillion times. Well. Because they become the attractions become dated almost instantly. Well, of course. How about let's just call it Todayland, and then you stay on the same timetable. Well, Disney is creating. They need to lower their prices if they want people to go over there. I wonder in this Disney created community if you have to wait an hour to get into your home. I don't know. You get in line. You got to wait an hour to get in. You think about it. There better not be ponds, because in ponds and anything Disney related, what's in there? Alligators. Yeah, big alligators. So, all right. Before you finish, before we move on, listen to this. Wow. Some other features include shopping, dining, and Disney entertainment, as well as a crystal clear lake at the center of every community. Listen. Roll in those alligators. Don't walk with Fifi close to the water. No. I mean, somebody else was on Facebook the other day, and I love this woman, but she says, every morning I take my 3 little 1-pound animals and right there where she's standing, there's a sign the size of, I don't know, the Mount Hope Bridge that said, beware of the American alligator. Yeah. And I thought, run quickly with Fifi, run. What are you doing? Before we go to Jen's news, yes, tell me what the picture is here. Well, see, I have no music anymore. I've been waiting on the xylophone. So this is a picture of me because I wanted to bring this. I don't think somebody believed me. I love Rick Springfield. I know you do. And I met him. I went all by myself to a concert. I'm going to hold this really close. Look, that's me and him. And I went I really did go all by myself to go see him at Mohegan Sun. And I waited in line. I had a VIP ticket. I don't know how I got it. You probably got it for me. Who knows? And I cried when I met him. And I laughed. I cried. I did. I had all my bag, my Rick Springfield. You can see I have my Rick Springfield gear. I had my phone. And I said, I've been waiting since 8th grade when I watched you at General Hospital. That must have gone over big with him. Yeah, well, no, look how sweet he was. He hugged me, and I was crying, and I called my friend, and then he picked up the phone, and he said, hi, how are you? It was great. So, anyway, today's Jen's news segment, America's favorite segment, brought to you by me and Rick Springfield.
That's it.
All right.
Hey, you know that when we die,
I saw this.
this this is scientific stuff. When we die, our lives really do flash before our eyes.
Yeah.
This is trippy. There's now a bit more information about what happens in our brains when we die. Researchers in Canada, hey Gene, we love you, recently recorded a dying brain. This is like Brainstorm, remember, with Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood. Okay. They recorded a dying brain when they were using a EEG to detect and treat seizures in an 87-year-old man, and he suffered cardiac arrest. The scientists claim it's the first time ever that scientists recorded the activity of a dying human brain, and the brainwave patterns they observed were similar to those that occurred during memory retrieval.
How about that?
So that is just crazy wild.
Sure is.
Also, in Jen's news, a UFO. Finally, we have some alien news. A UFO. Where are these aliens? Because every time there's a conflict, they say aliens have come in and, you know, made it not so. Because if we blow ourselves up, then they can't kidnap us anymore and anally probe us.
Okay.
I'm just saying. A UFO has hovered over a city for over 2 hours recently. It was a bulging... I'm sorry. It's a bulging triangle, Ronzo.
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody on, what was that, the dating game. And contestant number 2, the bulging triangle. I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing it. It was seen lurking over Pakistan recently. People were stunned. So, and there's video. Go to YouTube and punch in bulging triangle.
Bulging UFO.
Yeah.
See what comes up.
Good luck. Is that it? Wait, whenever you pick that up, we're done.
Close.
Really?
But I got one before. You're going to do the dog story.
Well, that's my last one. But almost 40% of pet owners have tasted, this is not our last story, their pet's food. Have you tried your? I've eaten cat food.
I think
not dog food.
Maybe
I have.
I can't say the magic word because Hazel will come running in here, but the C's, you know what I'm saying? The little treats.
What's that burger stuff? Remember you used to get it in a package and you put it in your dog's bowl?
Oh yeah, I forgot what the name
and
of that stuff.
I did try that and Meow Mix. I haven't eaten that. So we all know that most pet lovers treat their animals like family. 74% say that they have read reviews considering giving a product to their pets, and 56% of you people, you crazy people, have actually tried your pet's food. Now, what is it? I was trying to rush through my segment.
What is the dirtiest area of an airplane? What do you think?
I know it's the tray.
Yes, very good.
I know it's the tray.
It's not the bathroom, believe it or not. The single most disgusting surface on just about any aircraft is that thing.
That's right.
So the next time you're flying, and you're going to do it with a mask,
wait a minute, though.
Bring on some of those little wipes and wipe that baby
Think
down.
about it. We're all standing 6 feet apart, and we're all wearing masks, but we all touching money that's been around the world and back. I mean,
don't touch those
and then
rubles,
you bite your fingernails, you pay your bill, you open a doorknob. But hey, what do I know? So this is a nice story to end this crazy show with today, Ronzo. If I can find it. All right. A California family, listen to this. I can't even believe this. I would have gone insane. Reunites with their dog that went missing for 12 years.
12 years. Wow.
Oh my gosh. It was a female dog. On February 10th, someone in a black SUV dropped an old dog off on a rural property in Stockton, California. The property owner called the county sheriff's office to report that a dog appeared old and unwell. The animal service officer responded to the call. When he scanned the dog's microchip, he found out she'd been missing for 12 years. The dog's name was Zoe, had disappeared in 2010 in Lafayette, California. And the owner, Michelle, had moved to a new town, but still had the phone number. So they were reunited, and the owner, Michelle, says she was in shock. And she says that she was at the vet, and she wanted to get her back healthy so she can live out the rest of her life.
What a great story.
Isn't that so sweet?
That's
oh my God. Really.
Okay, recap.
What?
The radio show begins Friday.
Nuclear war? Oh yes, that
Friday,
too.
On 1540 WADK, 101.1 FM. And the easiest and the cleanest way to go about is to just stream us, all right? You can stream us anywhere at wadk.com.
Yes.
Follow our weekly commentary and RI News Today.
One other thing.
Every Wednesday, yeah.
If you want to reach me, you can do so at, because I know I'm going to get emails about that, the bulging triangle. Why did you say that? And some guys will be like, we loved it. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Jen Brian at rocketmail.com. And if you want to reach Ron,
Same thing.
Same thing. He doesn't give you his email.
I don't.
We love you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you Friday.
You'll find a smile will go a long, long way.